Alright people, welcome to today's video. As promised, we are doing a home tour of my new place in Spain. There's the lighting now. We are here on a month-to-month lease. With the state of the way the world's in, I don't know if I'll be here 3 months, 6 months, a year. I'm just kind of taking it day by day, seeing what happens. But so far, we're absolutely loving Marbella. I've of course lived and worked here when I was a young wee lad of about age 20, 21. So right, we are in the kitchen, which as the CEO of a pancake company, the kitchen is very important. Now, first thing I'm gonna say about my London place is I do love, or I miss, the big island it had for cooking stuff. That was so ideal. It even had some natural light above. But now, this is what we have, and we're gonna make it work anyways, okay? I'll also get later in the vlog to comparing the price between my London place and this place. It'll blow your mind. So we got the coffee machine there as well. It's all like, this has been like completely modernized. It's like Scandinavian interior, that's what they called it. But again, super clean, kind of like really new feel to it. There's also like just really nice, cool posters, stuff like that, little pieces like that that kind of make you feel a little bit more at home, some board games. And then here is where I'm probably gonna spend most of my time realistically, and that is kind of the office setup right here. So again, we got two nice paintings there. We got this, looks like we're in Tulum or Mykonos, very fancy. A big wooden table with some black iron that I really like too, and the chairs are nice too. And so that's Linda's laptop, that's mine. There's just some camera equipment there. There's my big daddy A7 III. I actually really want to get the A7 S3, the one with the flippy screen. Right now, I'm vlogging on the Canon G7X, just like the old times. And with a flip screen, because you can obviously just record it yourself, I find I vlog so much more. Like the most growth I've ever seen on this channel was with a Canon G7X. And again, as you guys know, I started off with an iPhone 5 and got to 10K subs with that. And then I didn't get a camera until that. So set myself a little goal. And then, so okay, this is the main living area. Loads of nice shelves and stuff. Looks really cool. Like the planner here, some books here. Now here is definitely one of my favorite parts of the entire place. This is where I'm gonna do like my Q&As and sit down videos, which I'm gonna do a lot of, as well as like, me and Joe Delaney were talking a few days ago, and he's saying like vlogs, because they take up your whole day, you have to run around doing them, they take up the most time, they probably have the most little reward. Like people that are doing like sit down videos just about a current trending topic that take like 40 minutes to an hour to film, they'll get the most views and like the best feedback, and they're also the most informative. So something that I want to do in 2021 is more informative sit down videos like that. But anyways, yeah, so this is the kind of like living room section, and this is like a bed in itself. So I've been chatting to like Ben, for example, Blaz even, they'll want to come to Marbella, you know, film some stuff. You can also sleep here, even though there is 2 bedrooms. This might as well be a third. It is an absolutely massive bed. We got a smart TV with Netflix and YouTube on that, so I can watch myself in 4K HD. Now let's do the main bedroom. We got here just earlier on the week. We're settled in fully now. Had the most amazing sleep here. Loads and loads of wardrobe space. Then we got the bathroom. See washer dryer there as well. That's the main bedroom. Let me tell you a secret, okay? The secret to a long-term relationship is separate bathrooms. And even better if you can both have a bedroom each. Easier said than done, okay? I'll admit that, but it is hugely helpful. You sleep in the same bed, but you still just have 2 bedrooms. Right, so anyways, this is Linda's bathroom here. Again, like 2 sinks each needed. Girls are messier than guys. Just put it out there. If you don't agree with me, that's fine. Then this is kind of like the spare guest bedroom as well, where Linda's gonna kind of use to store some stuff too. Let's have a look in here. Ooh, very nice. Again, I love these little lamps as well. They're very cool. The place is also so open and airy. I'd say my London place was very slightly bigger. It certainly didn't have like 4 sinks like that. The bathrooms were way more cramped, but it was definitely very long. But this seems bigger because it's so much more open space. And again, it's less than half the price, and the weather I'll talk to you about that in a minute. Okay, so then this is definitely my favorite part of the whole thing. I don't want to shout, my big booming voice will wake the neighbors. But so we have a barbecue here. So expect some cool cooking videos with that. Then last night we put the projector here and we like projected it onto that wall, watched a movie. It was so nice. And then down here, there's like kind of just a little bit more space. And when it gets a little bit later in the day, the sun just hits that spot so nicely. So that could be the sunbathing spot. So that's the outdoor area. This would be so cool to just have friends over for drinks, make some cocktails, some margaritas, play some music, open these up and just make it like really open plan like that. So look at that view as well when you wake up. Amazing. That was another thing, is my London apartment. It was not on the bottom floor, but it was on like the basement floor. So it'd be like down a floor. And so it got no natural lighting, even in the patio at the back. It was all surrounded by tall, really tall terrace houses. So you kind of feel like, especially in the winter time, when it gets dark at like 2 or 3 p.m, or sometimes it just doesn't even get bright in London, same in Dublin, you just feel like you got no sunlight and you kind of feel less energetic and less productive. So I'm very happy to be here. Now we're gonna head across to the gym. It's actually my birthday today, and then we're gonna go out for brunch later. But so let me just sit down for a minute and I'm gonna go through with you some comparisons of London versus Dublin versus Marbella rent. Then we're gonna go gym. Right, so that is the house tour, and now we're gonna have a little bit of chat. We're gonna have a little bit of chat. Does that make sense? We're gonna have a little bit of a chat just about London, Dublin and Marbella and how they kind of compare, the pros and cons, the rent. So first of all, the rent, okay? So my last few places like this place, London and Dublin, they're all very similar. They're all 2-bed, 2-bathroom apartments, okay? The price and for what you get, so this is just over €1,500, and then you got the amazing weather, the beach, everything. We'll go into all that. Then for my apartment in Dublin, that was about €2,500, so about 1,000 more. You can kind of like change, depending on the place, the location, stuff. But roughly speaking, the place like this would be 2,500 in Dublin, which is crazy high. And then in London, my rent was over 3,000 per month as well. So again, that was 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom. You saw the place, I did loads of house tours there, but yeah, double of what I'm paying now. So a lot of people ask, why don't I just buy a place? And that is definitely a goal of mine for 2021, but I'm in no rush to do it because, I could buy a place that I don't really like right now. But the longer I save for it, the longer I hold off, the more I can buy a place that I'm absolutely in love with. And also, like, in today's society, we think like buying a home is like the be-all end-all, and that's not true. So yeah, I'm in no rush to do it. If I do it this year, that'd be great. If not, that's also great. As long as I'm alive, it's great. And also, if there's anyone out there who specializes in getting a mortgage or buying a house in Marbella, please hit me up. Same in London too. I already have someone in Dublin who's gonna help me with that, but I just need to decide where I want to settle down and have Rob Lipsett Jr.'s at. There you are now, I was just joking for the camera. So that's my situation with renting and buying and what I want to do, but it would be so cool for this channel to buy this year, and obviously to do like a big house project as well. I'd either buy like a nice new modern place, or I would buy like a really cheap, completely ransacked place and do it up from top to bottom, completely renovated. I think that'd be an amazing project. And you'd also, you make a bit of profit on the house as well if you do it right. But anyways, pros and cons of Marbella. Pros, the weather, obviously it's January right now, it's 18 degrees. I was walking around in t-shirt and shorts the other day, training outside in the outdoor gyms. It is just perfect. And then in the summer it's even better, it goes above 30 degrees. But because it's beside the coast, it's breezy, it's not too hot, it's not humid. It's probably the best weather in the world. It's very similar to California weather. I think it's on that same wavelength. Is that the right word? Wavelength is like circumference, no latitude. So the weather is just absolutely perfect. And just like I said, I was training outside. That brings me on to gyms. The gyms here are just unbelievable. Like I have the outdoor gym Real Club, the big bodybuilding gym M13, couldn't be any closer. Like it is just so close. And then there's loads of other gyms in the area too, but I'm spoiled for choice. The gyms here are just perfect. They're amazing. Like it's like Gold's Gym Venice training outside in that Real Club place. It's just so good. So restaurants here are just amazing too. They have Nobu. I judge a city on if it has Nobu. I don't actually, I'm sure there's lots of great cities such as Dublin that don't have Nobu. But what I'm saying is the restaurant scene here is unbelievable. Some really nice fine dining if you want to go for like special occasion. And then there's also like really nice cafes for coffee and stuff too. So the restaurants here are very good. The mountains, the terrain, the landscape here is absolutely amazing. A few hundred meters that way we have the beach, then we have the Sierra Blanca, which is the mountains just up there. They look absolutely amazing. They're meant to be really good to hike. I've never hiked them and I really want to, so that will be a vlog in itself in the future. London or a big city, you know, you don't really have the beach or you don't have like good places to hike often. So that was something I missed a lot last year. So cons for this place include that the prices do go up during summer now. You can still find really good deals of course, but because it is like a tourist destination, that they do have peak season, whereas like Dublin, you know, everything priced in restaurants and hotels and accommodation, everything will be fairly consistent throughout the whole year. But in May, June, July and August, you see a spike in prices here. But hey, it is what it is. I was speaking to someone about a villa that I'm gonna go view on Monday. If you are not Spanish, you know, and all your banks are set up in the UK and Ireland, you have to have a higher down payment if you're buying a place. I think it's something like minimum 30%. Now, an initial down payment or a higher initial down payment is good because that means you're gonna have less interest. So it's not exactly the worst thing in the world, but if you're a first time buyer, it might be difficult to get that large down payment, that large amount of cash up front. So that's something I didn't know, I just found out recently. But yeah, if you're like Irish, English, and you're buying in Spain or another country, you have to have a bigger down payment. The pros in Dublin, it's home. I'm an Irishman, I have an Irish passport, I was born and raised in Dublin. My family are there, my friends are there, all my connections are there. I know it like the back of my hand. You're obviously just so familiar with every street, every area in Dublin, and I'd also be able to buy there much easier, especially because, you know, my company accounts, my banks, everything are all set up in Ireland, so they'd be able to, you know, look through my past 3 years accounts and, you know, it'd be a lot easier to buy a place. So that is, you know, a huge bonus. And you know, realistically, will I end up buying in Dublin, as it would just be such so much easier as a first-time buyer to buy where you're from? We'll see. But there's the pros for Dublin anyways. Cons in Dublin, okay, is the weather. The weather in Ireland in general is actually a lot worse than some people think. I think like you have to live there to truly understand how bad it is. Like it rains most days, and if it's not rainy, it's windy, or the sky's grey, or it's cold. We get about maybe 2 to 3 weeks of really good weather in the summer, and when we do, it's the best country in the world. The weather in Ireland is really bad. It's even worse than London, as London is a bit more down south towards France. But yeah, the weather sucks, and when you like doing kind of things outside, being active, it's not ideal. In Dublin, there's not much that I haven't done. There's like not many restaurants or bars that I've never been to. So obviously I left Dublin when I was 28, so you know, I spent a good 28 years there, and I've done pretty much everything, you know, every restaurant, every bar. So there's not much left for me to do. It's an amazing city, especially if you're visiting, but yeah, I've been there a long time. It's the same faces in the same places. And that also brings me on to my last point, is there's not many more connections for me to make in Dublin. So there's amazing people there, there's a good entrepreneurial scene, but of course, you know, I've kind of met everyone, and it is a small place. Pros and cons of London, okay, so this is the highest rent or the highest kind of cost of living of places to live, but either way, it is also an amazing place. It's kind of like the hub of Europe. Some people call it the New York of Europe. It's so connected to the world. 4 airports alone, like in London. It's just so well connected to the world, so yeah, that's a huge bonus. It's a vast city with lots to do. now. I know I had a good few months of lockdown there, so it was kind of tough to see everything, but I did get a good few months of when everything was open and there was still just so many restaurants. Like, I think we made like a hit list of 20 restaurants and bars that we really wanted to try out, and we didn't get anywhere near that. Like, there's so much to do, and the nightlife scene, the dinner scene is just, I think it's the best in the world. Loads of business and networking, probably the most in the world. Starting Fuel Cakes and Game Plan would not, I'm not gonna say would not have been possible, but it definitely would not have happened as easily or wouldn't have happened as soon if I was not in London making the connections that I had made. If you're an entrepreneur or you want to start a business, go to London. There's just such good people to meet there. Huge Irish community in London. So one or two actually, or a few of my best friends that I went to school with, known since I was 12 years old, actually all live in London. There's a huge Irish community there. So when I went there, I just felt so at home. I think that's important as well to, like, of course, meet new people, but when you go somewhere, it's good to have a few people that you know already or known for a long time. So that was a nice feeling. It's a motivating place to be. You see Ferraris, G-Wagons, massive houses, everything everywhere. You are just like, you're seeing all this and you can either be jealous or you can be motivated to get on that level pretty much. So yeah, it's a very motivating place to be. It's high pace, it's fast moving, and so yeah, it forces you to level up. Cons, as mentioned before, it's got the highest rent. I think it's got the highest rent in Europe. That could be Paris as well. We watched a little mini documentary on that. So the cons are it's extremely high rent, especially if you're looking for a lot of space. If you're anywhere near central London, it's gonna be very cramped. That actually brings me on to my next point, which is the gyms. The gyms are not good in there if you're around central London. They're all little like room studio things, because again, the rent's so expensive. You can't just rent like a massive warehouse in the middle of London. So if you do want those really hardcore warehouse gyms, you're gonna have to go to the outskirts. So like King's Gym, for example, was something like 35 minutes away from me. So like that journey there and back was just so annoying. So yeah, the gym scene actually isn't good in London. Now, like the personal training and the fitness scene, that's amazing. If you want to be a personal trainer and coach people in person, you can charge extremely high rates to like, high earning individuals. But if you want to like, train yourself in a hardcore bodybuilding gym, then you're gonna have to go kind of a little bit outside central London. The winters are very cold as well. So the summers, they are slightly hotter than Ireland. Like I'd say a good like 5 degrees hotter, definitely rains less, but the winters are just as bad as Ireland, really harsh. A lot of rain, very grey. So right now, like I'm looking at everyone's like Instagram stories and I think it's snowing actually. And then right now I got palm trees and blue skies outside. So I'm very grateful for that. And me as a person, I just work way harder. I get way more done when I'm in good weather. Hope you enjoyed the house tour. Hope you enjoyed the chats. This little seat right here, what you're seeing here, this is where I'm gonna like do little sit down videos and stuff. So last part of this vlog is we're gonna go to the gym. I'm gonna work out, and I also wanna record a dumbbell workout for people that are stuck at home during lockdown. So I'm all ready to go. I'm wearing these Alphalete black camos, the NMDs, Alphalete top. Now let's go get a birthday pump on. 29 today, I'm old as shit. What's going on, everyone? So I'm just gonna watch this workout in front of me and I'm gonna commentate it, explain it to you guys, so I can put it overlapping the video, make it a bit more clear. So if you want a more in-depth explanation on home training and if you want to replicate your usual split a bit more, I'd recommending the video that I did in lockdown 1. I can't believe I'm even saying that. Like, I can't believe we even have lockdown 1, 2, and 3. So if you want me to go a little bit more in depth on that, then I'll put that link in the bio. But this is just something that it's very minimal equipment. You can do it even with light weights. It'll stimulate your muscles, keep things ticking over, and give you a nice pump as well. So this is a full body workout. You're gonna hit chest, back, shoulders, arms, abs, legs, and it's gonna be a lot of supersets as well, because you wanna kind of make it a little bit more intense and make the weight work for you, make it a little bit more difficult for you. So we're starting off with chest here, and basically we're gonna go for just some lying chest press, lying on the ground, super simple. And then I'm gonna put on the screen as well a B, or C, depending how many exercises are in a superset. So basically, you want to go from A straight into B, straight into C, take a little rest, and then go into your next set. Do about 3 to 4 sets, and all the reps taken to failure as well. So basically, you're gonna start off with chest press. Then you're gonna go into some chest flies, lying on the ground, and you wanna bring your elbows to the floor, okay? You wanna give as much range of motion there as possible, and then a tight squeeze up at the top. For the last superset, or the last movement in that superset, you're gonna do some triangle push-ups. So use the dumbbells, put them together, and it's kind of like gonna replicate a close grip bench press. You can really feel this in your triceps and your chest too. So that is the first superset that's gonna hit your chest, and do 3 to 4 sets of that. Reps till failure, you're gonna have a very nice pump. So next, really simple, just grab your dumbbells, you're gonna do a little bent over row. Again, you don't have to be totally 90 degrees, especially if you're using light weights, but just really stretch and contract at the top. Make that weight work for you, squeeze at the back. And another cue that people like to use with rows is, imagine you've got like a biro or a battery in the middle of your back, and you're trying to pinch that with your shoulders, so that really give you a good contraction. And then after you do your bent over dumbbell rows, you're gonna go straight into some renegade rows. And so this is, you go into a push-up position, you basically lock out your arms like that, and you're rowing back like so, and you're gonna actually get a lot of core work done here as well. It's actually a killer movement that I haven't done in a long time. Next up, we've shoulders. Okay, we want those 3D delts. We want to keep the 3D delts if you have them already. And we're just going to do some simple shoulder press. If you want to make things a little bit more difficult, then I recommend doing some Arnold press. You're going to get more of a range of motion, and you might be limited to how much weight you've access to. So again, just pump these out. You should feel such a burn here, and yeah, it'll feel great. After that, straight into lateral raises to failure. And so this is a movement that a lot of people use too much weight on to begin with. So if you don't have much weight, you should definitely be able to replicate some good lateral raises here anyways. So straight from Arnold press into lateral raises, you get a nice shoulder pump. So that's your chest, your back, and your delts fried. So now we're gonna go into legs, because leg day does matter. And we're gonna go some simple dumbbell squats. So what I like to do here is rest the inside of the dumbbell kind of on your shoulder. It kind of feels like you've got like a sandbag across your shoulder. It feels really secure, really stable, and then you just do some simple squats like that. And then after that, you straight into some explosive lunges. And now you can really do any lunge you want with dumbbells. So some people like to do reverse lunges, some people like to do walking lunges up and down the gym. Personally, I find with them, a lot of people lose their balance, and they're always kind of thinking of the balance, and you kind of lose the mind-muscle connection with your legs. So with these, I just do static explosive lunges. So big step out in front of you, and then push back into the starting position. So you get a nice big explosive contraction. So again, feel free to do any lunge you want with this, but this is what I went for. Do about 3 to 4 sets of that, all to failure. And yeah, 60 seconds rest in between sets. And that is the most pathetic leg day ever. Like, there's no excuses not to go hard and burn out your legs there. So then after that, we're going back to the upper body, and we're just doing probably the world's most simple exercise in the world, which is just bicep curls. And we're gonna start off with hammer curls like this. And again, you really want to be lengthening and shortening the muscle as much as possible. Really exaggerate it, because you don't have too much weights to play around with. You don't have too much machines and options available. So stretch it right down to the bottom, and then squeeze at the top, and even hold for 1 to 2 seconds like I'm doing here. So then after that, you're gonna do some supinated curls. So basically, hammer curls, like when you're gripping like a hammer, and then supinated is when your palm is pretty much facing the roof. That's a good way to explain it, pretty simple to understand. And again, you just bring that right up to the top, really good contraction. I like to do these one arm at a time, and again, you're just burning out on that. So arms, this is ABC. Arms is all just one big superset. You're putting biceps and triceps together. You're just doing some overhead tricep extensions. Really simple. You can either do these with 2 hands, or if you don't have too much weight, do these, just do them with 1 hand. Then after that, you're finishing off with abs some core work. I hate doing sit-ups without like being in a decline crunch machine or having like Linda hold on to my ankles. I just feel way less secure. I feel all over the place. So what I recommend doing is getting your dumbbells and using them to kind of hook your feet into the ground. I find you get a much better contraction, and so that's what I'm doing here. And then after that, I'm doing some toe touches. So again, same position, but you're just bringing your core up, you're bringing shoulders up, and then you're touching each toe or each foot, and you're going left to right, left to right. Again, I did about 20 to 30 reps here, but feel free to go more if you got better abs than me. So here I went straight on to 30 seconds of mountain climbers. This is a nice explosive movement, and you're gonna get some cardio in here as well. This is a good common exercise seen in a lot of HIIT workouts too. This is a pretty well-rounded workout, and if you're at the gym for a month and you're just doing this like 3 to 4 times per week, you'll maintain a lot of your muscle. I discussed this in the original home workout video. Even once you spend years building muscle, it's quite hard to lose. So I'm finishing off with some Spider-Man crunches. These are absolutely killer. You're gonna work your triceps here, you're gonna work your core. It's almost like a full body movement in a sense. You're gonna hit your chest too. So yeah, that's a killer one. For the absolute savages out there, if you can finish off with 3 1-minute planks, you're a beast. And so that workout, that should keep a lot of people going. A lot of people might not even be able to do that. So, you know, whether you're beginner, intermediate, advanced, I think that's a good like general workout to try out. But look, let's all pray gyms open back up again. I hope this keeps people going. You know, after this, I was lucky enough to be able to go into the gym and do my usual workout, so I'm very grateful for that. But anyways, give the video a thumbs up if you found this helpful. All right, people, so apartment tour done. Dumbbell workout done. Now it is time to enjoy my birthday with this person right here. Wow, that is some outfit. I am a lucky guy. So we're going to a place called Breathe Marbella. I think it was like built like last year. It's really modern, really cool, and I cannot wait to go. I'm so lucky as well. So basically the restrictions right now are ever closed at 6, which, you know, it's kind of good. You go out during the day, like, you know, look how beautiful it is. So we're gonna sit out on the terrace, and we've got a table reserved for like 4 to 6. So we cannot wait, and we're gonna finish up the vlog there. And yeah, it's a good day. It's a good day. But right, let's go get some food.
Happy birthday!
Right, finishing up the vlog here. I just took down a whiskey sour. It's actually quite a strong one. Let me finish it off with the vlog, okay? See, this is a different fitness channel. You know, we drink alcohol. We have a 5-part Ibiza series. You know, we do 20,000 calorie challenges. It's not your average fitness channel. It's just not. All right, so let's finish it. Sweet nectar of the gods. So, this is the end of my birthday today. Hope you enjoyed the video. I'll see you guys in the next one. So like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you soon. Keep it real. I love you. Peace.